Hello Maelle.
Hello.
Welcome everybody to Maelle and Richard Cook. And today we're going to be making a Victoria sponge or Cottage in the way that we did before, but we're going to make a large cake, two 20cm sponges, which we're going to sandwich with mascarpone cream, raspberry jam, fresh raspberries, and then we're going to top with a very pale shade of pink icing. And then I've brought in some natural edible flowers to decorate it with. So we're going to, yeah, I think perfect is the word. So we are going to end up with something that not only tastes nice, but is going to look stunning and something very summery as well. Okay, we have prepared all of our ingredients. So we're making Cottage. We've got 175 grams of egg, 175 grams of butter, 175 grams of self-raising flour, and 175 grams of sugar. And we have already pre-prepared the tins, lined them with baking parchment, and I've buttered the edges myself. Okay, so if you want to put the butter, the sugar, the flour and the egg all into the bowl together, and then we will mix them all up.
It's melted.
Nice and soft. It just makes life a lot easier when it's like this. And we're using butter which is soft straight from the fridge.
The egg.
Yes, please. Thank you. And do you want to put I wouldn't put the spatula in quite yet because it'll get a bit gooey with flour. And half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Let me hold that for you.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Half a teaspoon.
Yeah.
So half of this.
Yeah, just i.e. 3 or 4 drops. Thank you.
Is that too
Yeah.
much?
No, I think that's marvellous. Okay, so if you want to put the mixer into that, but what I would suggest, if you turn that on now, we're going to get flour everywhere. So probably put it up and down a few times to get the flour and the sugar in, and then just turn it on to the low speed when it started to amalgamate a little bit. Okay. Right. You want to turn it up. Okay. I would say that's about it. Lovely. So here are the 2 tins. Right.
So you've buttered them?
They're buttered and around the edges, and I've lined them with baking parchment. And I don't think it matters how good your baking tins are. It is worth taking 5 minutes to cut a disc of baking parchment for the bottom. They're also loose base tins, which will make it a lot easier for us to get them out afterwards as well.
And they need to be this particular size? Or?
Yep, this is a 20cm sponge tin, and this mix will fill that, and we will end up with 2 very nicely sized sponges. If you want to make bigger, then you need to increase your mix accordingly a little bit. But this is a nice size. We'll get 8 good portions out of it. Okay, so if you want to split between the 2, and when you've split the mix between the 2, if you could level it off so that it's well spread.
Okay.
You okay with that, or do you want a hand?
No.
Okay, good. And this is exactly the same cake mix, the Cottage, that we used as a base for the cupcakes earlier on in the season. An all-in mix using butter soft straight from the fridge. It works very well, it's easy to do, and as a base cake recipe, you won't do much better than this.
So you can use it for anything?
You can use it for anything. You can replace the vanilla essence with something like almond or orange.
So you could put chocolate in it, you could
put anything. Chocolate drops, dark, milk, white. You can even just put fruit into it if you wanted. But as a base cake recipe, you will not find anything really better than this.
So all you do is just get 3 eggs or 2 or however many you want to make and measure sugar, butter and flour exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And so everything is geared up around the size of the egg. And try and avoid getting it up the sides of the tin because then it will start to burn. So if you just spread it right to the edges, nice evenly. Perfect. In fact, I would say Virgil was marvellous. Now, we've preheated the oven to, nominally we should be baking these at 180. We've preheated our oven to 165 because we know that Maelle's oven cooks hot. And regardless of what the manufacturers of the ovens say, they say 180, sometimes they cook hotter, sometimes they cook colder. And we know that Maelle's oven at 165 produces a very nice result. So that's already hot, so do you want to put those in the oven?
Yep.
Right, I'll bring one. Okay, one at the back, there we go, and one at the front. Okay, now that's going to take approximately 25 minutes. So we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes so that we can check it just to make sure, and if necessary we can then turn them round. Okay, right, the cakes are ready. Well, we're just going to get them out and we're going to show you how to see whether a cake is done. Right, so you're going to bring one and I'll bring the other one, yeah? You take the one from the front. Marvellous. Okay, the signs that you should look for, one is that the cake has come away from the edge of the tin, this first one, and the other one is the touch test. You should be able to just touch it like this and it should feel springy. Some people put a skewer into it, but the problem with a sponge cake like this, if your cake is not cooked and you put a skewer into it, you run the risk of it sinking. So just touch the top and it should feel just very lightly springy. These are perfectly baked.
Okay.
Marvellous. Thank you.